Welcome you to my video on a topic from the alternative English of ages first year. We all know that nature, environment and climate are some of the very prominent topics of discussion these days, and we also know that human beings often disregard the existence of other living organisms. Human beings misuse their power over other living organisms, and by doing this they actually are leading their own life into danger. This topic, the many and the none, the name itself is very catchy, very interesting, and it is very suitable. The many and the none, by the title, the authors are Bansuri Taneja and Ashish Kothari. We will know about them a bit later. So these two authors, they have chosen this very beautiful title to bring to light the fact that we human beings, if we want to live peacefully on this earth, then we have two choices. One choice is either we allow many organisms, many living beings to live together with us. Either we allow their coexistence with us. We should not be selfish and self-centered, that we human beings should only think about our benefit, about our happiness, that other animals or other living organisms or plants will destroy them mercilessly. If we do this, then we are actually leading ourselves to some difficult situations, and that difficulty already has started. So the authors want to say that either you make provisions for the peaceful coexistence of human beings with many other living beings. This is one choice, and the other choice is that none. If you do not do that, if you think that we human beings, this world is for us only, every resource on this earth is only for human beings, then be sure that a time will come when none will exist. Either allow all to exist together, or get ready to face a time when none will be there. Even human beings will also perish. This is the thing that the authors want to say, and these are the two choices that they want to announce before human beings. And the authors are Bansuri Taneja and Ashish Kothari. At the end of this lesson, there is a brief introduction to the authors. Let us see this first. Ashish Kothari is one of the founding members of the Environmental Action Group, Kalpavarix. It was started in 1979. This is an environmental action group, and he was one of the founding members. He is currently the coordinator of the Technical and Policy Core Group to formulate India's National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan. He is a member of several government committees, including the Expert Group on the Biodiversity Act, the Committee to Revise the National Wildlife Action Plan, and the Environmental Appraisal Committee for River Valley Projects. He is the head of IUCN, Intercommission Task Force on Local Communities and Protected Areas, and is on the board of Greenpeace International. And about Bansuri Taneja, she is also part of the team involved in developing India's National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan. So these two personalities are associated with the promotion of biodiversity. What is biodiversity? We will know a bit later. So these two individuals, these two personalities are involved in the promotion of biodiversity and for enhancing the provision for all living organisms to live together, so that no one become victim at the hand of the other. So this lesson is somewhat similar to what you in your compulsory English you got a lesson, the ailing planet. There we got that human beings over the years have learned how environment and nature is important for us, and they have abandoned their previous thought. Their earlier thought about this earth is that earth is something mechanical, and now they have got a holistic view of the earth. Human beings now have realized that the earth is a complete whole, and we human beings are a small part of it. And if the earth is suffering, then it means we are also suffering. So for our own benefit, for our own well-being, we have to ensure that the earth keeps good health. A similar thing will be discussed in this lesson, that what is happening to environment and who is causing it, and what is the role of us as responsible citizens. These are the things that will be discussed in this lesson. Let us start then. Variety, they say, is the spice of life. How boring if each day were like the other, and how distasteful if we had to eat the same dish every day. We hear the word often, but how often do we think about what biodiversity means to us? In the urban centers of modern India, where middle class lives, a diversity of food is what might bring biodiversity to a level we can understand. How would it be if we only had potatoes, or for that matter, aubergine to live on? Or only one variety of mango throughout India instead of the several hundreds that we can savor through the few months of summer. The very first line is really very beautiful, very interesting. Variety, they say, is the spice of life. They say, who are this they? They means human beings, people. It means that this is a common saying, everyone agrees, people say. The way the authors have used the two words, they say in the middle, that is also something that you can learn. Actually, variety is the spice of life. You can say, people say that variety is the spice of life. Instead of saying in that way, they have said variety, they say, is the spice of life. We all know the word spice. Spice is masala. You know, spice is added to the dish to add flavor, to add taste, to add color also. So different types of masalas or spices are there for preparing different types of dishes. And these spices, they add color, they add taste, and they are needed. If you prepare a dish without, for example, khichdi, you prepare khichdi without turmeric, how would it taste? For preparing a dish of meat or any other mixed vegetable also, different types of spices are needed. Spices are essential to give completeness to the dish. And that is why it is said that in life also, variety adds spice. If variety is there, then life has spice. It means life is full. Life without variety, life is without taste. Life is without any flavor. So variety is the spice of life. Then the authors give some examples. They say, how boring if each day were like the other, and how distasteful if we had to eat the same dish every day. Every day is not same. Especially every week you have a Sunday. So Sunday is different from other days. You may say, but Sunday is different, but from Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, all the 5 or 6 days are the same. Not exactly same. There are days when there is a bright sunlight. There are days when there is rain. There are days when you come to school and you are appreciated. And there are days when you get a scolding from your teachers. There are days when at home you enjoy the day. Sometimes you find your father is angry. Sometimes your demand is fulfilled. Sometimes it is not fulfilled. So every day is not same. There is a difference in every day. So the author said, had every day been the same, it would have been really very boring. How boring if each day were like the other, and how distasteful if we had to eat the same dish every day. We do not eat the same dish, the same food item every day. In breakfast also you change. Sometimes you take pulao, the other day you may say, okay, let us have roti or biryani the other day, or any other item you can ask for breakfast. And then for your food items also, the different types of vegetables are there. If every day the same vegetable is given, same radish is given, or the same potato is given, so if we'll find it really very boring. Even if it is meat or fish also, you need change. Variety is needed. So the authors are saying, how boring if each day were like the other, and how distasteful if we had to eat the same dish every day. We hear the word often, but how often do we think about what biodiversity means to us? These things, these two authors say to bring to us the fact that the same is the case with life. As on a daily basis, in your personal life, while eating food or while spending your day, you need variety. You don't want all the days to be the same. You don't want every day the same food item. Likewise, in life also, there should be variety, but the authors are saying that is what is called biodiversity. But how many of us know what biodiversity is? Biodiversity is the core topic of discussion in this lesson. biodiversity. Diversity means variety. So we have found it that we need variety. We find life really boring if there is no variety. The same is the case with our human life as a whole, on the whole earth. We need diversity. In the urban centers of modern India, where middle class lives, a diversity of food is what might bring biodiversity to a level we can understand. To make us understand what biodiversity is, the author is referring to the urban centers of modern India where middle class people live. Middle class means those people who are financially not that capitalist, they are not that much rich, neither they are that poor. So they are the middle class people. And the author said the food items available to the middle class people in urban India, the food items that they are able to purchase and consume, and the variety they need in that, these are the things that will help us to understand what biodiversity is. The author is elaborating this example. They are saying, how would it be if we had only had potatoes, or for that matter, aubergine to live on? To live on means to survive. For our survival, we need different kind of food items, veg and non-veg. Among non-veg there are varieties, among veg there are varieties. And the authors are saying that had it been that only potatoes there, nothing but aloo only, aloo and aloo and aloo only, it will feel really boring. You need some other item, some other vegetable. Or for that matter means for the same reason that if potato or maybe aubergine. What is this aubergine? Aubergine, this may be something, it is a new word to you, but the meaning, when you know, you will find it is really something very, very familiar. What you call brinjal? Brinjal is actually, in English, that is not an originally English word, brinjal. Aubergine or eggplant. This is a very nice word, eggplant. As if egg have plant or plants have egg. Eggplant or brinjal, that is aubergine. If only potato is there, nothing else, every day you eat potato, or there is only aubergine, only brinjal is there, you eat it every day, how would it be? So the middle class people, they know it very well that no, only potato will not serve purpose every day, only brinjal will not do every day. We need variety, or only one variety of mango throughout India instead of the several hundreds that one can savor through the few months of summer. When summer is there, during those few months of summer, throughout the whole of India, there are several hundreds of variety of mangoes that one can savor, S-A-V-O-U-R. Savor means taste. This T-A-S-T, taste, and T-E-S-T, test is different. Often people, when they mean to say taste, they say test. Test means to examine, to check something. And taste means to enjoy the beauty in some item. For example, if you eat something and then you enjoy the quality, the brightness in that, that is because you taste something. So savor means taste. There are several hundreds of varieties of mangoes that Indians taste during summer. Had it not been the case, the author said, had there been only one type of mango, no variety was there, you go to any small town also, purchase mangoes, you will find 4 or 5 items of mangoes are there itself. So, had it been that no, only one type of mango is there, then also that would have been something really very boring. So, in this very first paragraph, the authors are telling us that variety in everything is needed, whether it is your food item or the day you spend, everything. Even about cloth also, you don't want to use the same kind of cloth every day. You, when you come to college or school, you have your uniform. When you go for shopping, you use a different types of dress. When you go for gyms, a different type of dress. When you go for worship, to a place of worship, you use a different type of dress. When you go to a social party, you still have a different type of dress. So variety in dress also is something that we all want. Variety in everything we need. We don't want that only one item should be there, whether it is a food item or dress item or the environment of the day or vegetable or anything. So variety is needed. That's why we should make ways that there is variety. But the way human beings are behaving, variety in many things are not available because human beings are acting against it. These will be discussed in the next paragraph. So let us see the next paragraph. Biological diversity is the variety and variability of life on Earth. This is the definition of biodiversity or biological diversity. What is biological diversity? Biological diversity is the variety and variability of life on Earth. Variety, we all know that there are different availability of different types of things of the same species. For example, mango, different types of mangoes are there. And variability means changeability. If you go from one place to another, you find the same food item it is, but its taste is a bit different. So that is called variability of life on Earth. It is manifest in close to 1,000 varieties of mangoes that thrive in India. It is manifest. The word manifest means visible. It is very obvious, it is clear. It is manifest. Visible or clear. It is well seen. It is manifest in close to 1,000 varieties of mangoes that thrive in India. Thrive means grow. So how many varieties of mangoes are there in India? Almost, the author said that it is almost 1,000. Almost 1,000 various types of mangoes are there in India. Mangoes grow in India, and from this we can very well understand that variety is there in nature. It is present in the 14 different kinds of wood we see depressingly inlaid to make a wall painting. To visit someone's home, he is a very rich person, and inside his room, the bedroom, you can see wall painting is there, and in this wall painting you can see wood decorations are made. Inlaid means it is decorated with the help of pieces of wood. So when you see a painting on the wall of a rich person, then you see the different varieties there also. What is the variety? Variety of wood used there. It is present in the 14 different kinds of wood. 14 different kinds of wood are used to decorate a wall paint. And the author used the word depressingly here. Sadly, it means this is not good news, because to maintain your standard, you are using the wood, and wood are untimely cut, and deforestation, it leads to deforestation, and your objective is just to make your room, the interior of your room, very sophisticated, very beautiful, but you, while doing it, you are causing harm to environment, causing harm to plant life. So that is why the authors say, when you find a wall paint, this tells you that 14 different kinds of wood are used for that, and this is something depressing, this is something sad. But the fact is that yes, variety is there in trees also, in plants also, variety is there in fruits also, variety is there in vegetables also. And if we extend our minds a little more, so far we have got the examples of variety in food items, in vegetables, in fruits, and in trees. Now the author says, if we extend our minds a little more, we should be able to see that it also means the vibrant colors that characterize Holi and Indian clothes. Indian clothes, you think about the color of clothes. You see this color of my shirt. There are different colors. There are mixed colors also. So innumerable colors are there on the cloth we wear, and even when there is Holi, colors are used, and those vibrant colors, those very bright and brilliant colors, there is variety in that also. The author said variety is everywhere, even in the color of in the colors that people use during the festival of Holi, or the color that are used on our cloth, and then there is something added which come or used to till synthetics took over. So these varieties of colors that we see on our cloth, the colors that are there available during Holi, the author says this which come or used to come till synthetics took over from a variety of dye-producing plants. Where from these colors come? The varieties of colors of your cloth, the varieties of colors that you use during Holi. Where from do these colors come? They come from different dye-producing plants. D-Y-E, dye. This means color. So different color producing plants provide us these colors, and the authors say that maybe at present these plants no more need to provide us those colors because synthetics have come over. Before synthetics came over, only those dye producing plants were the only sources of providing those colors. After synthetics came, after man-made chemicals came, those artificial colors came, then maybe those dye producing plants were not the only source of providing colors, but they were once. And of course, it also means the tiger and the rhino and the elephant, charismatic animals that evoke awe and excitement, and which are used as flagship species for conservation programs. The author is giving one example after another to show how variety is something natural, how variety should be maintained. Variety must be there. We must work for maintaining variety. And the next example is, it also means the tiger and the rhino and the elephant. See, different types of animals are there. All these animals are strange animals. They have their own characteristics. Tiger, rhino, elephant. These three examples the author have given, and then he uses the word charismatic animals. Charismatic animal means attractive. These animals are really attractive. They are unlike other animals, and if you hear that a tiger has come out of forest and it is roaming, you may be afraid of it. You will not never have the courage to face it. But at least from a far off place, from a very safe zone, you will once want to have a look at it. That is because it is attractive. If you hear that elephants are there, people will have a natural curiosity to look at the elephant. So elephant, tiger and rhino, these are all charismatic animals. These are all very attractive animals. They evoke, they create awe means surprise and excitement in our mind, and which are also used as flagship species. What is this flagship species? Flagship is, you have to know the meaning of this flagship very well. Flagship means something that can represent some other thing. For example, if there is a competition, inter-school competition on painting or debate or recitation, anything, and then from your college you are to send 2 students. So you will choose those students who can represent your college well, those who are really very good in this field. So out of some 100 students, you will choose the best out of them for that particular purpose. So these students, 2 students for that particular purpose, they are the flagship students, you can say. Flagship species means the species which one can show as an example, which one can send as a representative of their community or their group, because these 2 or these animals have some special characteristics. So flagship species for conservation programs. When there is a conservation program, it means the government or any other agency, they want to know which animals should be given priority for conservation. If you want to conserve animals, if you want to work for their security and safety, which animals are in danger, which animals should be given priority, then you can send some animals that these animals are in more need of protection. They should be given priority for conservation. And in that case, whom will you send? You will send elephant, rhino or tiger. These animals will act as flagship species because they are the ones which need more attention, more safety and security. So for flagship species also we use these animals. Finally, it also includes the range of natural and human influenced ecosystems. Ecosystems are those systems which this way or the other, one way or the other, they influence the economic life of human beings. What are those? Examples are given. Forests, lakes, from forests we get resources. Forests, lakes and rivers, coasts and seas, grasslands, agricultural fields and pastures, deserts, snowbound peaks, even urban areas with the vestiges of vegetation and water bodies. Even these things are all far away from cities. River or coast or agricultural lands or grasslands or forest. But the author said even urban areas also have such things, vestiges. Vestige means a small portion of something that is left after everything else is perished. For example, at your home there is a chair. In this chair your grandfather used to sit, and you have kept it as a mark of history, a historical object it is. But the thing is that gradually it was made of wood, and gradually its parts started getting perished, and only one handle is remaining. This handle, it reminds you of the chair of your grandfather. So that small portion of the whole thing, everything is gone, everything is ruined, but a small portion is remaining. That small portion is it is called vestige. And the author said that even in cities also, where there is no water bodies, there is no forest, still sometimes you see a park. This park is called a vestige of natural environment, because in a city you cannot expect forests to grow, grasslands to grow, but small park is that is the vestige of those natural characteristics. And with all these things, the authors have tried to make us understand their variety is there in nature. It is an essential part of our living, it is an essential part of nature, and that we should respect it, we should work for its continuation. He has given examples from forests, from the ecosystems, and from the colors. There is variety in color, there is variety in food item, there is variety in fruits, there is variety in trees, there is variety in ecosystems. So these things should be respected, and we should work for their preservation, for their continuation. So perhaps the least obvious aspect of biodiversity is genetic. Genetic biodiversity. Genetic, the word has come from the word gene. This gene may bring to your mind about this another word, gene we call this spirits. It is not that gene we are talking about. This gene is something in your body. From this word gene, the adjective is genetic. Gene that you receive from your parents, that is there in your body, that your child will also get from you. So the author said that biodiversity is there. Diversity in every aspect of life on earth is there. And the least obvious, it means in one respect, in one field there is also diversity, but that is the least obvious, that is not that clear. It has minimum clarity. What is it? That even diversity is there in our genes also. Variety in what constitutes the basic building blocks of life is also the base of continuous evolution. And we should not forget that we humans are a product of the same process. Even if we sometimes in our technological bravado think we are apart from nature. Technology is advancing, and we find that everything is there at your home. You can switch on and then you get air from air conditioner. Yet at that time you may feel, what is the need of having natural air? People are saying heat is increasing, temperature is increasing. I don't bother about it because I have AC, I will switch it on. So when you have technological gadgets and then you are enjoying your life fully well, then you may think nature is something that is not that important. The author said yes, and because of our technological bravado means being brave and sometimes unnecessarily brave. When you say that I don't need natural air because I have AC, you are unnecessarily showing your braveness. This is not a case of braveness, this is your stupidity in fact. So the author says that sometimes because of our technological bravado, we may consider nature is something not that important. But the author said even in our genes there is variety, and because of that we are various, we are different, and diversity in genes also provides the basis for continued survival in the face of new or changing environments. In a new environment, when you find that you are not able to adapt yourself, you find your survival difficult. Here, if your gene is strong, if you are strong enough, you can survive. That is called survival of the fittest. You might have noticed that if you have a small garden in front of your home where your father or mother might have planted some vegetables, and then when they all start growing together, then some of them they pick up early, so that those which one do they pick up early? They pick up the weaker ones, so that the stronger ones may grow fast. They can grow. This means that you allow others to grow. Whom do you allow to grow? The one who is stronger. So if you are fit, you are strong, that is called survival of the fittest. So the same is the case with human beings also. In recent times you are seeing that coronavirus has become, it is a burning issue throughout the whole world, and those people who are having poor immunity, they are the worst sufferers. When the virus attacks you, if you are having strong immunity, you are able to fight and you are able to continue your life. You are having poor immunity, you become victim. So this means that we are various. There is variety in human beings also. Some of them can face the challenges, some others cannot. So diversity in genes also provides the basis for continued survival in the face of new or changing environments. In a new environment, in a changed environment, whether you will be able to survive or not, it will depend on what kind of genes you are having. It is something genetic. So genetic variety is also very something that it may not be that much, we may not be that much concerned about it, but it is also a matter of concern. The author is giving some more examples. We will complete this paragraph after some lines. When the number of lions or orangutans or of a plant species decreases, these species lose their resilience to environmental changes or to genetic decay and eventually succumb. Two animals are named, one is lion, another is orangutan. Or the author said when lion or orangutan or any plant, its species decreases, it starts decreasing. Yes, you might have noticed that your parents often speak about different kinds of plants that used to be there when they were young, but now they say those plants are not growing because those plants found it difficult to continue their survival when they found that some other plants started growing which were stronger. The same is the case with us human beings also, that when something attacks you, a virus attacks you, you find that you are not able to face it, so you succumb, you surrender, you die. And others having stronger immunity, they can fight back, they can fight the challenge, they can continue their survival. When the number of lions or orangutans or of a plant species decreases, these species lose their resilience. Resilience means ability to quickly return to previous good condition. They cannot get their previous condition back because they are so poor in strength that they have to surrender their existence. At another level, this fact comes home to us when we realize that vegetables are losing their distinctive taste. This is really something very a major issue. If you go to market, if you go to purchase vegetables, you will find there are vegetables which look really very big in size and they look very polished and very smooth. But what about taste? Nothing. You bring watermelon, big in size, and when you take it home, your mother cuts it into pieces. Most of the thing that you get is water. That is much of water in watermelon, and fruit is very less. And taste is very, very little. So the author is saying that vegetables are losing their distinctive taste. Every vegetable, every fruit have their distinctive taste. For example, banana has one particular taste, apple doesn't have it. Oranges have one particular taste, grapes have a different taste. The same is the case with vegetables. So they have their distinctive taste. Each vegetable has one particular taste, but we have found that they are losing their distinctive feature, having lost their natural variation. Natural variation is lost because nowadays man-made vegetables are coming. What we call this, what is it the word? That it looks beautiful and it is only the exterior is beautiful, and this is called hybrid vegetable. Yes, hybrid productions are coming and the look is everything. The same is the case here. Human beings are also getting fat. Consuming such vegetables, they are getting fat and their belly is increasing, and then say I have to do morning walk, I have to do dieting, etc. But now, the time now is that we all want look only. And that is why the natural taste of vegetables are getting lost because artificially produced vegetables are coming. What we call, that is called, I have just used the word, it is called hybrid vegetables. Having lost their natural variation and having been doctored to reach the biggest size possible or to attain the glossiest exterior. The word doctor is used here as a verb. How have the vegetables lost their distinctive taste? Because they have been doctored. उन वेजिटेबल्स पर डॉक्टरी किया गया है. डॉक्टर ने जब जो काम करता है, what the doctors do, what the physician does, he applies medicine on you, he treats you. Some human beings have started doing this kind of thing. They started operating the vegetables. They have started giving medicines to the vegetables, and vegetables. Their objective is that vegetables should look big and smooth and beautiful. Only the exterior is what we want. The interior, the taste, don't bother about it. Having lost their natural variation and having been doctored to reach the biggest size possible, we want the size to be big and big and big. Or to attain the glossiest exterior. Exterior means the outside should be glossy, it should be smooth, it should be it should look like that sun mica, something like that. Their genetic diversity is quelled. Genetic diversity means all the vegetables had had varieties. That was natural. But this natural variety is quelled, it is silenced, it is killed. To serve. Why is it killed? To serve the function of yield maximization. Because if you allow vegetables to grow naturally, then you will find that their size is not that beautiful, they are not growing in abundance. So you doctor on them, you apply medicine, you apply chemicals, and your objective is to make some very good looking vegetables and their size should be big. To serve the function of yield maximization, we want maximum yielding, we want maximum production. More the number of animals, the more should be the size. Size should be bigger, look should be smooth, and quantity should be more. That is what we want. We don't bother about quality or taste. And to suit our increasingly unidimensional view, we have one view that is unidimensional. We don't go for multidimensional view. What is this? We just want the outward look and the size. That is it. Taste and quality is something we don't bother. That is what the authors say. We have a unidimensional view. Our view is only one-sided. And what is this view? Our view is we give preference to what looks good. This looking good is something that we prefer. Everywhere we just want the outward beauty. There was a nice incident somewhere that it may be a joke also, that a boy wanted to see the girl and to talk to her. She was going to be her prospective wife. During their first meeting, after they talked, they liked it, and then the boy said that I wish there would have been rain and you would have gone there and you have taken bath in the rain. I would have washed you. And the girl said, you are so romantic. The boy said, no, I am not romantic. I just want to see your original beauty. Because everyone knows that you have come with a lot of artificial beauty on your face, that facial etc. you have done. If you go and you take a bath on the rain, then your original face will become visible. So we all look for outward beauty, the size and the outward beauty, and that's it. The quality, what is there inside, the taste, that we are not bothering about. That is how what we are doing is that we are leading to the loss of, we are causing loss of variety in different things, whether it is food items or vegetables or fruits or any other thing. The distinctive quality are getting lost. It is all because of our unidimensional view. We just want the outward look, that is it. So that is what the authors will continue telling us about how human beings are causing the degradation, how they are actually leading to the loss of diversity on the earth, and what should actually they do. This they will continue telling us. We will find in the next video, and hoping to meet you soon with a new video with our continuation of the next paragraphs of the lesson. Thank you very much for being with me.